Hey guys, what's up? It's Mary Jo from MaryjoesCreations. Welcome back to my channel and another episode of the Crazy Crocheter. Um, because I feel at times like I'm completely losing what's left of my sanity, but I just wanted. I've been thinking since. Well, I'm always thinking, but anyway. I put out a video today. You saw it on Tuesday. Now, this video, and bear with me because I've been having a slow day. You know when you have so many things that are going through your head and you know exactly what you want to do, and then you turn on the camera and you're like, I can't remember anything. But anyway, I just put out a video today, and I was going to let that be my last video, but I've been thinking that I want to do some kind of a final recap of this year. I mean, I'm not entirely sure exactly yet. I'm still, listen, man, we're doing this on the fly. I know that I want to finish this Vlogmas blanket that I started, and there's not much left to do on the blanket. I want to finish this blanket before Mary Jo can't speak. Before the year ends, I want to finish this blanket. I desperately want this blanket to be finished by New Year's Eve. Is that going to happen? Your guess is as good as mine. The good thing is that all the rows are sewn together except for this last square. And that's why I wanted to come on here and show you me putting this last square on the last row of the blanket. Then I'm going to attach all the rows. And then we're going to do the border all around. Now, again, I'm probably biting off way more than I can chew at this point. I don't know. I do know that I wanted to do some kind of a recap of this year, but I don't know. I have made a lot of things, especially in the last few months, and I have shown them periodically. And I don't know if you want to see, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, I gotta count because, and there's a few things that I don't have anymore because I just don't have them for one reason or another. And, so I can't actually show you every single thing that I've made this year. But, and I know, for most of them, I do have pictures, but for some, I honestly don't. And there's some that I don't have great pictures. I don't know. It would be nice if I came on here with a plan, right? But then it wouldn't be me. Sorry, my allergies have been acting up so badly that within the last few days that, and I don't understand because I'm taking my medicine, but it's like bad. So this whole row is done. Now, this is the first time that I am, well, I was going to say attaching squares, but it's not, because if you notice the one that I'm wearing, this is the granny square sweater, and again, it is oversized. It was the first one. I tend to like, I mean, I guess it's a good thing, because you rather have it bigger than smaller. But this is like the third or fourth time that I try to design something like a wearable, and the first one always comes out ginormous. Oh, look, and I already made a boo-boo. That's okay. And it did come out a little bit, it came out really big. I'll show it to you in just a moment. But this is the first time that I am, connecting squares for something this big. And join as you go, because I did do my bag that, my bag with all the pockets, but honestly, I think if I remember correctly, I sewed that together. I didn't do this. Now, I don't know, honestly, if I'm doing this right. I watched one or two tutorials a while ago, and I believe it was two, and both people did it differently. I don't know. But we're going for it. What I did decide to do was sew the rows together, connect the rows together, crochet the rows together. And then attach each row by row. Now, I don't know if there's a, let's say, instead of saying right or wrong, let's say proper way of doing it. Again, I think just like in anything in crochet, it depends on who's doing it. Most people have different ways of doing the same thing. So this is my last row. Here we go. And I have all 10 rows finally together. Now what I have to do is start attaching each row. And they're all laid out. I might show you in just a moment, but they're all laid out. I don't know if I want to start from the bottom up or start from the top down. And if you've been watching me for a while, that's not new, because I pretty much like either make shit up as I go or like change my mind, like have a plan and then like that all goes out the window and I do something else. So I have no idea at the moment. I just wanted to do this last one with you and show you. And I used I don't know if I had said it before. I didn't have enough. This isn't black. This is actually navy blue. I didn't have enough of the black. I think I only had one skein of black, and this is the navy blue, varsity navy blue, big twist. Can you see it? And this is what's left from putting all the rows together. So I know that I'm going to need more than one skein, because this might give me like the blanket itself, which I doubt, but it might be enough to connect all the rows, but it definitely won't be enough to go around the entire blanket. And what I would like to do is at least I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to do the blanket, because it is very long, right? It's long. Dude, it's very, very long. It almost covers up my entire bed. But it's not very wide. It is really not very wide. I did want it wider. So what I might do, if I think I have enough, what I might do is do at least 2 rounds of the granny stitch all the way around the blanket to make it, like, you know, wider, which will also make it a little bit longer, but I think that's going to be okay, because it fits, like, it's not all the way from the top of the bed to the bottom of the bed. So, and I have a queen size bed, so it's like maybe would cover a full size bed, but I'm going to see. I'm going to figure it out, and most likely it will be with you, and we will figure it out to see if we do 2 rounds of granny stitch all the way around the blanket once it is fully connected, or if we'll do 3 rounds if we have enough yarn. And if we do 3 rounds, then, you know, if we can get to do 3 rounds, I think that would be good. And I do want to finish it off like I finish off most of my projects, like my sleeves and stuff, which I love the way it looks when it's finished. And I normally do 2 rounds of half double crochet, and then, or it depends on how much yarn I have. Either 2 rounds of half double crochet and 2 rounds of single crochet, or 3 rounds of half double crochet and 2 rounds of single crochet. And that depends. That's going to depend on if I have enough yarn. Because again, I do have a full skein left of this color. But I don't know if I'm going to have to go into it to do all the rows. So we are going to, I guess, be playing yarn chicken. And another reason why I really did want to finish the blanket, not only because I wanted to end the year with the blanket completed, but I kind of also wanted to add 2 more skeins of yarn to my yarns, like the yarn that I've used. I know, I have issues. But we are going to see what is going to happen. And hopefully you'll come along with me. And give me one moment and I will show you what my sweater looks like. Okay, so I came into my yarn room so that you could see, because it's more room in here. But this is the back, and you see it came out really long. It, like, I mean, it's huge. I mean, by no means am I tiny, but, you know, this is very roomy. I mean, sorry. It's very roomy, and it is very baggy, but it was the first time I made a sweater like this. So, okay, I put you a little closer because the camera back there, this angle is a little awkward. I don't have a tripod yet, so I had to, I put you higher. It was farther away. So I don't, this angle is horrible, but if you could see, it's huge. And again, I know I'm not the tiniest person in the world anymore. I know I put on a little bit of weight this year or within these last few years, but we are trying to work that out. And yeah, that's just another story. But hopefully everything will get back to normal soon, and then it'll really be big. But I don't mind a baggy sweater, you know, like there are times where I want to wear something that's oversized, and then there are times where I don't. But especially like sweaters, I don't like when they're tight. I don't like when they're up here. And let me see if I can get you at a better angle. Hold on. Is that a little bit better, maybe? You know, I like it because, like, it's not really close to my armpit, which I don't like anything like that. I like it to be loose, especially sweaters, because I get hot. And if the sweaters are, like, really snug, they make it, like, make me feel even tighter. So, I mean, hotter. I'm just a hot mess today, y'all. I'm serious. I feel like I'm going, you know, a little bit more nutty than I usually am, but bear with me. I like the way it came out, but it did come out very big. And I did shape the neck. I should have added another row here, which would have closed it up just a little bit more. But I do like the off-the-shoulder thing. And I do have a thicker tank top underneath than I normally wear because I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But but I just wanted to show you the sweater. And this is the last sweater I made this year. It was my Thanksgiving sweater. I believe I worked on it and I did put a video, I think, but I don't think I ever put it, put a picture or showed the final sweater actually done. But it's just two giant granny squares that I, as you could tell, made a lot bigger than they should have been. And, you know, but it's my comfy cozy sweater. And like I was saying before, I don't want to show at this moment everything because, quite frankly, I would have to pull everything out from my room because all of my personal items that I make for myself are in there, and pull out everything that's in here, which is quite a lot. And I just don't have, number one, at the moment, the space for it. Because I still have all the stuff, if you can see back here, that's all the stuff we made in December. And I still have, like, just my house is, I've been kind of busy these last few days. So everything is kind of still of a little overwhelming. And to bring everything out and then to have to put everything back at this moment will be a little too draining for me, because I want to finish that blanket. And honestly, it is so much stuff that, bringing it all out and then having to put it all back and still wanting to work on the blanket, it's going to take at least 2 or 3 hours away from me. And I don't want to do that right now. So I figured that I would show you the sweater that I made. And I am going to try and recreate this in different colors. Hopefully, if I can get some yarn, because if you see my yarn wall, you would cry. Because I know I want to cry. Almost all my yarn is gone. Yeah, it's almost all gone. And I don't know when I'll be able to get more yarn. And I kind of did want to make one for Valentine's Day and do a granny square in, like, pink. Not so much white, because I'm not a white. I should not be allowed to wear white. But I would like to make one in, like, pink, maybe 1 or 2 shades of pink, and like a lilac color, and maybe like a red or a soft red. I don't know, like Valentine's Day colors. And I would like to make one to wear on Valentine's Day. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Maybe. I don't know, because I don't know if I'll be able to go get the yarn for it. But I will be, when I can, I will be recreating this sweater. And hopefully it won't be as baggy as this one. I want to shape it down just a little bit. And I mean, this one I would say is like a large, extra large situation. Because obviously I do have to make my sweaters a little bit bigger, because I am very top heavy, as we know. And I do want a sweater that's going to fit. But if you can tell, like, dude, there's a lot of room here. I could have made it just a little bit smaller and, not made the square as big and then just added to the sides, which I think is what I'm going to do. But I would like to have like a medium large kind of sweater, because again, I typically am a large, extra large. Depends. It all depends on, the style of the sweater and where it comes from. So I do want to make another one. I'm just not sure yet when I will be able to do it. And I will be making it a little bit different. We're going to figure it out. Y'all know that I make my own patterns because I have difficulty, and I'm not going to stress myself out. Although you're like, isn't creating a whole sweater more stressful? No, it's not. It really isn't. It might be a little bit more aggravating at times, like when you're trying to figure it out, like when I was doing this, but in like the shaping and stuff. But honestly, to me, number one, it's much more satisfying. And because I do have, like, it's hard because of my body shape, for me to find clothes that actually fit the way I like them and in the style I like them. I much rather make my own. And again, this was just like 2 giant granny squares, one in the front and one in the back. Oh, my hair, I'm sorry. One in the back, I hope you could see that. And then, you know, I attached the sides, and then I did some shaping over here, which again, I think, done it. I believe this is 3 rows, and I believe I had 5 at first, and it was way too, I didn't like it. So I went down, and I probably should have kept it at 4, but I like it. Even if I don't make another one like this ever again, it's a one-of-a-kind piece, so I don't care. But I kind of do like it, and I think I might make another one like this with just the 3 rows. Listen, if you know me, I just like, I know I'm rambling, but it's like every time I try to start talking about something, I get like more ideas in my head, and but I'm gonna go back into my room, so I'll see you in just a second. Okay, so yeah, I needed to sit. Sorry, I'm in a lot of pain. I just realized that it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I still haven't eaten yet. That's not a good thing. But I can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, so as far as designing the sweaters, I do like this one the way it is. And, you know, maybe I might make another one to put up on my website like this style. But I also do want to make it a little bit smaller. And take off, add on like maybe one more row right here, so that it's, you know, there might be some people who don't really want it off the shoulder. So I want to do it a little bit different. And then it's cool because then I'll have 2 sweater patterns. And again, I don't know too much about patterns or pattern writing or anything like that. I'm even sometimes like just a little, I don't know, I wouldn't say scared, but I feel really weird when, you know, like saying, you know, I designed this sweater. Like, it just feels so strange to me. I had someone ask me the other day, Sarah from Crochet Coffee, and she was just so sweet. And it's like I had another sweater on, and she asked me if it was a pattern or if I designed it, and it's like for a moment I didn't know how to respond, because I don't know. I just started, and it seems ridiculous to me that, you know, I am making the things that I'm making, because I never thought that, you know, I would be able to create something like this. But I guess I can, you know, I guess it would be accurate to say that these are my patterns and that I created the sweaters. I just get inspiration from things that I either see on Pinterest, or, you know, like I might see a sweater or a design that I like, and parts of it, like, again, a lot of them are up close, and that's why I don't do a raglan in the traditional style, because I can't have anything close to my neck. I just never have, and I don't like it. So that's why, you know, I might see a sweater in one way and I like it, but it's either too up here, or, you know, it's not shaped or whatever. And so I use inspiration from other pictures that I see, or, you know, a sweater I might like, or I might see a designer that makes it one way, and the concept is pretty, but it's not something that I would wear because of the neckline, or because it's, no sleeves, or whatever it may be, right? So what I do is I take inspiration and put my own spin on it. And I don't know if number one, I don't know if I can get, I don't want to say in trouble, but I don't want to be stealing or taking away from someone else. And I definitely don't want anyone to feel like I am, make someone feel like I'm copying them and then saying it's mine. And I don't know what the line is when it comes to that. So it just gets to the point where I get a little bit like, I don't know. And I guess yes, this is my design. Yes, I designed this. I made this from scratch. This was me who put this together, and I did not follow any pattern. I wrote down everything and I created my own. I did all the math and the measurements myself. So yes, this would be considered my pattern. But it's like, I don't know, is it weird that it feels weird, me saying that? Oh, okay, and now I've rambled on way too much. But this might end up turning into its own video instead of the square video, because I've spent this whole time talking about my sweater and the way I do things. So this might actually be in an entirely different video than the one it was going for. And if it is, then you'll find out. But I know I've said it in previous videos, if you've watched any of my previous videos, and if you have, thank you. But again, I do have severe dyslexia, and I have ADD. And then, like, sometimes the fibro fog doesn't help much either. But all of that combined, it's very difficult for me sometimes to understand certain things, especially when they're being put in a way that's a little complicated for me to understand. And so, like, I don't follow patterns. I think I tried to read a pattern like a few times, and I frankly don't want to. Because number one, it's way too confusing, and for me, I don't want this process to be any more confusing than it has to be. And my brain just works and is wired differently than most people. So what works for me is creating it myself. I take my inspiration from pictures and sweaters that I see on Pinterest. And I have, like I said, that's how I learned how to crochet, by watching YouTube videos and some tutorials. And I take what I understand and what's difficult for me to understand. I try to find an easier way to do it. So I get the general understanding of what it is that I have to do to create that. And then I turn and make it easy for me to understand. And then I create whatever it is that I want to do. And that's just my creative process. And it just was very surreal to me having someone who's also very talented, because I haven't gotten through all of her videos, but I found her, I think it was during Vlogmas or right before Vlogmas, and she's just so lovely and makes the most stunning things. And it was very wonderful having Sarah say those nice things to me. And Sarah, if you're watching, thank you so much. I don't know if you might be watching this video, but your words meant more to me than you can understand. And I want to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to for myself, but it just feels so weird to me that I don't know if I should maybe be trying to figure out how to put these into a pattern form and putting them out for those of you who might want to make it, which is still very surreal to me to think that someone actually would like to make one of my sweaters. But that is something that I'm going to be thinking about in 2026. And I just, I'm at a loss right now. This was not in any way where I wanted this particular video to go. I was just going to show you my sweater and then, continue doing the blanket, which I'm going to do. Trust me, it will be done before, at least the blanket itself will be fully attached before tomorrow night. Hopefully the border can be done, but we'll see. But this video did go in a different way, and I did want to do a video regarding this towards 2026 or in 2026, but I guess that's where I'm going to end up putting this video. It might be a video that comes out after the new year, or after Thursday. That good. But it is something that I've been struggling with lately. Like, can I really consider myself like a designer? It just feels so surreal to me. It feels so strange. But maybe y'all can give me some feedback. I mean, it would be lovely to hear what you think. I'm sure that, again, if you know, I've literally only been crocheting 2 full years. 2026 will start my 3rd year of crocheting. And it amazes me at how far I've come from when I started. And I only started making wearables this time last year. So I've only been making sweaters and cardigans and my bags for a year. And to get the feedback that I've gotten from some of you is just very touching and a little bit honestly a little terrifying because I'm not used to putting myself out there like this. Doing this whole YouTube thing is very out of my comfort zone, which is strange. But it's so, it's not that I'm not comfortable being in front of a camera. It's that doing this whole raw thing and showing people, the way I do things, and that's not something that I normally tend to do, so this really is out of my comfort zone. And I am just very grateful that I've had the support that I've had. And I didn't think I would make it to 63 subscribers. When I checked early this morning before I started filming, I was at 63 subscribers. And I didn't think I would get this much. It would be nice to be able to get more and hopefully make a difference in someone's life. And to let someone know that it's okay for you to go out of your comfort zone. It's okay for you to do things that you wouldn't normally do. Because that shows other people who are like you that it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. But I think I am going to probably end this video here. And like I said, this will most likely will end up being something that comes out on the new year. So if it is, Happy New Year. And there was absolutely almost no crochet done in this video. And I hope you don't mind. This video was a little bit different than my others. But when I started talking about it, I just, felt like maybe it was something that should be addressed. Again, just so you all know, everything that I make, whether it's a cardigan or a sweater, my bags, everything that I make, my hats, all of it, I come up with the design myself. I figure out the math all by myself. And everything is of my own creation. And it feels weird me saying that, to be quite honest with you. But if you guys do like the stuff that I make, and you think that it's, give me your feedback. I would love to hear your feedback, and I would love to know what your opinion is. Because again, I started this just for me. I didn't start this I didn't learn to crochet to make things for other people. I did it for me. Because of a few different reasons that I'm not going to go into right now. But to see the interest that so many people have in my stuff, it really brings me joy. And that's not something I've said very often in my life. But it really does bring me joy. that other people like my stuff and ask me if I designed it. So on that note, thank you so much for watching. If you know anything, y'all can leave a comment down and let me know. And again, I apologize because I know this video is way different than what I normally do. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and you could come back and watch me make a fool out of myself on a regular basis. But all jokes aside, I'm so grateful and thankful for everyone who has come on here and subscribed. I hope this new year will bring a lot more. And I hope y'all stick around. You can hit that like button if you like the video. And if you want to know when I'm on, you can hit that little bell. And I do also, again, have Facebook and Instagram pages. So if you want to see more pictures of the stuff that I make, you can go look on there. I will be posting on there more frequently. And again, I know this video was a lot different. I hope y'all didn't mind. And thank you for sticking around for just a little while. I hope everybody has a great day and a happy New Year's Eve. Or New Year's Day. Or Happy New Year. Because who knows when this video is coming out. Bye, guys.